For Beauty is actually a work of fiction that is inspired by fact. In true life, there was a gorilla called Coco who learnt how to sign. There were various stories about this gorilla and the sign language that he did.
She
Originally,
yeah.
Did.
There were two particular stories about this gorilla. One that she had a wash basin in her cage or whatever it was she lived in, and one day she pulled the wash basin away from the wall and smashed it, and the keeper came in and signed to her who broke the wash basin, and she signed back the keeper. And I thought that was just fascinating. What was going on? Was the gorilla sophisticated enough to lie? Or was it sophisticated enough to make a joke? Was it obviously not the keeper? Whatever was going on, I just thought was so human and so close to us that I thought it was just a fantastic subject for a picture book. Of course, it turned out to be a more difficult subject for a picture book, because in real life, of course, that is fascinating. But in a picture book, gorilla can do anything. So it's not quite so special.
But also, you need to separate yourself from the reality, from the fact. And in this book, we spent a little bit of time,
distancing.
Yes, you need that distance. And this is a work of fiction.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time discussing the ending of this book.
Well, because you can see the ending here, the original ending.
Well, the fictional story is that this gorilla is given a kitten.
Yeah.
He's very lonely, he's very sad, and the keepers don't know what to do, so he signs to them that he wants a friend, and he gets this kitten called Beauty. And of course, as with Anthony's work, there's always another layer. There's a layer of fairy tale, in fact, in this, with Beauty and the Beast, very subtly and lightly introduced, but it's definitely there. And the two become the best of friends, and they're very happy. And until one day, the gorilla sees, this is all about happiness.
A lot of happiness in this book.
A lot of colour. And the gorilla gets very unhappy and sees a gorilla. He sees King Kong on the. Well, it isn't actually.
No, it's a black and white film of a giant gorilla on top of a tall building in America, for copyright reasons.
And he sees this, and it makes him very angry, and he smashes the television. And then the keepers come in and say, "Who broke the television?" The gorilla looked at Beauty, Beauty looked at the gorilla, and she started to sign. "It was me. I broke the television." And everybody laughed. Now, that really, we spent a lot of time discussing the ending of that. And if you look at Tony's layouts here, they have a different ending. But we were very concerned that if the original ending had the gorilla saying it was Beauty, and we felt that would give completely the wrong impression to a reader. Again, because we were working in the realms of fantasy, and this was a story, and it had to work as a story, not as a reality. You couldn't go and find out if this had really happened, how you'd find out the truth. That was sort of the gist of our conversation, wasn't it?
Well, if I could just read the words. "Who broke the television?" said the keepers. The gorilla was silent, then he started to sign. He signed, "It was Beauty." And Beauty, she smiled. So the very last picture was of Beauty smiling, kind of sharing the joke with us. And I was, for quite a long time, quite adamant that was the ending I wanted. But, of course, it could be suggested that it's saying it's okay to lie.
Yes.
And there was talk about this not being a good message for children.
Yeah.